Hello Taurus, welcome to your relationship reading for September 2025. I'm going to use the relationship chart with some tarot cards to provide additional insights and elaboration. This is relationships with everything, so not just loved ones or love bonds. It's also relationships with wealth, self, food, environments, whatever it might be. So if you don't like hanging out with me for the charms and the cards, I'll timestamp below so you can just skip to your messages. Otherwise, let's dip into the bowl. You're my lucky final group this month. You're in a nice block of signs as well. The 3 signs before you all were all very positive and golden in a lot of their relationship areas and centers. So the fact that the angels and your soul energies wanted to sort of be the closer, right? The final act here must mean that you have equally strong, happy, positive successes that you've made, achievements that you've made in some of your relationship centers. Oh, just coming back to where my fingers twitched. Okay. So they discarded these. Good favor with a milestone and a dream coming true. We've got the milestone on top of that. So reinforcement is what I've been saying this month. Lick it, stick it, stamp it. Right? It's in your path. This good favor, this opportunity. Whoa! Almost dropped the cards. I was so excited. Okay. Let's see what we want to pair so we can get. That was a weird shuffle. I don't even think I mixed the cards on that. I think I just slid them around. Okay, they don't even want me to shuffle. Maybe that's why I was sliding them around. Maybe the deck was already in the correct messy order. I don't know. Or maybe they just want me to cherry pick here from the deck. Maybe Taurus, just in general, you guys are like, nah, we want to be different. Don't approach our reading the same way as everybody else. Just some fun and good jest, right? Playful energies. Do something different for us, Ashley. We're the last sign this month, so let's have a little fun here together. Okay. So where do we want to start in terms of the charms here? Where am I being drawn to? I think down this corner. We have improvements in a relationship is needed now. Intuitively, you already know this. You got that gut feeling, that sensation, or you just have full awareness. And it's a bit of a circus, So, are you playing a game? Right? Are you playing the field right now, and you need to, be honest and cut someone loose so that you can move forward, or not play with strings here, right? Puppet master kind of thing, or things are just chaotic or feel like a circus at home right now. Maybe you're just feeling out of sync. That's what this would be, right? You walk in the door, you don't know why they're already upset with you. Then within a couple hours, you're now upset, but they're feeling good, and you're like, what's this yo-yo? I don't know what's going on. So it could be that as well. If you live with roommates, maybe you're observing, maybe they're a bit of a whirlwind right now, and they're creating a bit of chaos for you as a result. Maybe there's a lot of coming and going. Maybe they're, partying late with new friends or something. And what's up now? I hit my finger here. I think it was there. So let's see what this is here. Okay. Look at you. Look at you standing at the top of the bottle, trying to not sink with this ship, right? A balancing act, the circus tent. You're in a predicament right now. You're in a balancing act. Like I said, you have to cut someone loose, right? The phone here. You know, if you're doing anything not kind, like, right? So cheating or whatever, flirting with someone else. If there's like this hiding of the messages, right? So that's one scenario. Or maybe that's your gut feeling. You feel like your partner is, you know, tucking their phone away, hiding their messages, not replying to you. But there's like this, I don't know why I want to like smile with the circus here. Like there's this playful energy still about you, Taurus, with this balancing act that you're doing right now. But I mean, conversation needs to be had. simply put, you know, message in a bottle. In order to resolve this and get out of your predicament, you know, don't sink with the ship. Have a conversation. Be open with your emotions. I think this is what it is. You need to be communicating your emotions. Maybe you're a closed off Taurus. You're not someone that it's easy to you or comfortable for you to you know, wear your heart on your sleeve here, right? Be soft and gentle and vulnerable. You gotta work up to that. Maybe that's why you're like, ay. They're forcing me into the corner here, right? You're delaying this as much as possible, but you gotta get honest. You're just creating a chaos here. Gotta have the conversation. Okay. So we have support here. We have the angelic feather, right? Feathers from heaven. Golden halo. So you've got loved one support coming across. Beautiful heart here. Yeah, I really don't want to go any further or different. So you've got a loved one coming through, or loved ones, and they're providing you support. You know, their full caring support could be with encouraging you to do that. They are drawing your attention to an abundance of past lessons. So again, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. If you are someone who was known for being a bit of a player, male or female, you know, multiple relationships, or just your playful spirit means that you easily lean into and fall into flirtations with others, playfulness with others. But you have an abundance here of like past lessons, and your loved one here is supporting and reminding you, you know, you've learned so much, right? You've done so much, you've learned so much. You've faced so much in previous relationships, even if you're not someone who has played the field. You've been with one person, but you've been through, right? You've had so many experiences here. That's what this is. It's a wealth and an abundance of experiences as it relates to your love relationships and your close bonds. And your loved one here is reminding you, supporting you. And this is a sage, my saging, my cleansing. So they're encouraging you to kind of maybe cleanse your habit, your behavior, your demeanor, your approach. Blue, so we're back to communicating as well. So you've learned that you need to be a better communicator, maybe. Simple as that. Throat chakra. Open your throat chakra. Yeah, emotions. Okay. Some of you are definitely struggling with talking emotions, being honest, being true. You know, I was just flirting with you, it was fun, but I can see that you're falling for me and I don't feel the same. That's a hard spot for you. So you ghost them, right? You hide, you avoid their messages. It could be something like that. So you're causing chaos for them, right? They're wondering why, blah, blah, like why do that to someone else? So there's encouragement here from your loved one, full support. It's okay to just be honest and authentic. Could be the opposite. Maybe you're actually falling in love and you've got the jitters to tell them. Go ahead, open your heart, be honest. You've learned so many times that if you don't communicate, if you don't open up and be communicating with honesty, you're gonna continue to be, backed into this corner or feel like that. All right. Think before acting. So, just taking a pause. We have a bird coming in here. Again, another kind of message from heaven, getting that halo message to me again, but they're dropping in some closure here. When I have circles, usually it's on my scissors, and they talk to me about gaining closure so that you can move forward with a new commitment, right? So they're bringing into you closure, and in their beak, and in their claws here in the back, they're bringing in the new commitment. So again, I don't know if this is just one scenario, but you need to close the situation so that the commitment here can happen, right? You need to actually resign before you can sign that contract. I don't know if there's like or think before acting. Before you sign that contract, make sure you finish this project. Make sure you make sure all your like everything's kind of wrapped up, right? Closure, finality before you go ahead here. So maybe you have something that feels very tempting, or you just have that itch for change, right? Sometimes we just need to get something new. Yeah, look at the pausing here, right? She's examining, she's looking closer. Maybe you need to look closer at that contract before you sign, right? Make sure everything's wrapped up and in place. She's quality checking the star before she moves on to the next one in the string, right? So focus. Pay the situation the proper focus it needs, because you need this closure before you move on. You need to complete this before you move on. Don't try to grab more than one brass ring at a time. There's like this, again, this kind of itch, this urgency, this, I want to keep going, I want to move, I want to change, I want more. And they want you to kind of slow down and perfect one thing at a time here. Complete something, complete a cycle, finish the project before you jump on to a next one. So kind of maybe healing that part of your demeanor, focusing, I shouldn't say healing, but focusing on that part of your personality, if that's how it relates to you. And finally, in the intro, I did mention the extra emphasis here on milestone. So we've got the milestone charm on milestone ahead. So it is being placed in your path. It is for sure in your path, right? Could be that next star coming up. You need this closure first. And it's good favor. It's a favorable opportunity, favorable moment that's coming up for you here. It'll feel like a dream come true. Maybe that's why you eagerly want to fly into it. The bird is flying towards this, but closure first before the dream come true, right? It's ahead of you. Future case. Okay. Oh, yeah. I thought the gift was going to be in the future, and they're like, no, it's in the past. What's in the past? Look at the playfulness, right? The kitty who couldn't help it. They were tempted. They had to open the gift. They had to catch the stars and the hearts that the fairy here is dropping. So we have, what's the saying? Curiosity killed the cat, right? That's in the past. Lessons learned again. You've been here before. You did that before. Red flag, right? She's waving the red flag. Hey, present tense, red flag. Don't do it. Don't go after that, because you got to head towards your future, that opportunity, right? The door is wide open here. Here and now you have an opportunity to change the future and close off this, I feel like, a repetitive past. So the rings, the abundance of experiences here, sort of the playfulness or paired with the chaoticness of the circus, right? Been here, done that energy. So if you're someone that keeps, you know, jumping ship to chase a title or chase salary, but then within months you hate the job, like you've done that before. Again, make sure you kind of catch yourself in that habit. Don't do it. Make sure it's what you really want, because the opportunity is there for you, a better one. You know, it could also be her waving the flag to signal you to come towards this opportunity, what we're placing in your path for you. But you have to change the past. You need to break yourself free from the sort of temptation chasing here. I prefer to go after what's shiny and new. Sometimes you just need to sit in it, right? Think before acting. Just sit and wait, perfect that stage before you move on to the next thing. Maybe you have an unbridled, uncontainable love for travel, and now, you know, life is encouraging you to, you know, maybe you need to pick a space. Maybe you need to put more space between trips to give you time to breathe and actually reflect back and see how you enjoyed and talk about it and reminisce on memories instead of just layering, you know, another flag on the map for you, another check, right? So your loved one is asking you to just take a breath here, right? Just kind of soar on the wind for a bit. Just let everything settle and open in your communications. Open communications. Be ready for this opportunity that's coming up. But you got to put this behind you in the past. Put this behind you. Actually, yeah, that's why they drew my attention there. That's the future. That's why I went up there. Put that behind you and take on this energy here. Maybe it's time to just calm down a little bit. Gone are the days of, you know, the freedom of being in our late teens and our 20s and maybe even early 30s, right? Maybe you're at a juncture where you need to kind of rein in again that I want to be entertained and have fun and be out there and socialize, right? That needs to be adjusted intuitively. You know, the time is right now. Your loved one's reminding you twice. The feather and the bird. Full with love, sweetheart. Time to calm down. No more balancing acts, right? Okay, so let's connect in next month and see if you are still, you know, having some fun, or if you feel like you're ready to get just a touch serious maybe. And let's see how you're doing with communicating here.